Let's take a look at this Roman denarius here. Now that is a pretty little thing. It's in quite good condition. It has these super pretty flow lines on the fields. The dies were sculpted in quite good style, but how much is such a thing worth? That's what this video is all about. Let me show you a little technique I used to find out what are the average market prices for an ancient coin. It's slightly more complicated than what modern coin collectors are used to. It requires a bit of research, but as you will see with a practical exercise, I'm going to show you it's pretty doable. By the end of this video, you should have a new skill at your disposal as a collector that should save you some money, help you make more informed purchases navigating the market, and hopefully this prevents any beginners out there from being burned and overpaying right at the start of their collecting journey. Let's begin. Alright, hypothetical situation. You have seen this coin or any other coin for sale, you like it, but you have no idea how much such a thing costs, or if whoever is offering you this coin is overcharging. Unfortunately, there is no such a thing as a red book for ancient coins, or any other kind of price guide. There are thousands upon thousands of different kinds of ancients out there, and making such a universal guide, let alone updating it, would be completely impossible, so we need to find another way. Alright, first thing we're going to do is get some information on our coin, so the search engine we are going to use has an easier time showing only the coins we want. What kind of coin are we talking about? Is it a Greek drachma? Is it a Roman denarius? A Byzantine solidus? Of course, every dealer should know what kinds of coins they're offering and state it on the listing. That's pretty obvious. Next, who was it issued for? Who was the ruler that issued this coin? We don't need to be overly complicated here. And once again, the dealer should provide that information. Was the coin issued in Alexander the Great's name? Maybe it's a Roman Republican coin. Maybe it was struck under a certain Roman emperor or a medieval king or something like this. Let's go back to our coin here. So this is a denarius of Empress Faustina II. There goes, very basic keywords that we can use. Now, we want to have some sort of information that allows us to filter out this type of coin from all of the other denarii of Faustina that are out there, right? The best way to do this is to have a catalog reference number. Different types of coins have different catalogs. For example, Byzantine coins have seer, among others. So on the listing for a Byzantine coin, you would typically see the name of the coin, a description, and then somewhere you would see seer and the number. For Roman Republican coins, as another example, we have, let's say, Crawford, among other types of catalogs. So on the listing for a Republican coin, you would see Crawford and the number, or its abbreviation, CRAW and the number. In case this isn't stated on the listing, just ask the dealer for a catalog reference. It's their job to inform you what kind of stuff they're selling. And if for some reason you're not able to get a catalog reference, it's not the end of the world. There's a workaround to this. We can still use our search engine. It's just not going to be as accurate. In this case, we need some basic keywords of what kinds of features, designs are present in our coin. Let's use this Antoninianus of Emperor Gallienus here as an example. It could happen that when selling very affordable coins, a dealer might consider it's not worth the time to research the particular catalog number for a low value coin. But at least, at the bare minimum, they should provide in their listings some basic description like Roman Antoninianus, Gallienus, reverse, for the case of this coin, reverse trophy seated captives. Maybe provide the legends as well. Some information that we can use. Alright, once again, back to our denarius that we're using as an example. Its catalog reference is RIC, R-I-C, which stands for Roman Imperial Coinage, number 696. So, RIC 696. We're ready. The keywords we will use are Faustina II denarius, RIC 696. Let me present you acsearch.info. This godsend of a website is a platform that congregates auction results from hundreds of different auction houses, with records going back decades. It's a really useful platform to search for coin provenance and to do this kind of market research. I like using auction results to get a feel of the market instead of past sold retail listings, because at auctions you have this interesting situation, right? You have collectors searching for coins, but you also have dealers looking for inventory for their stores. So it generally creates an environment where collectors and dealers kind of check on each other. A dealer will not bid so heavily on a coin to a point where he thinks he won't make a profit, while a collector has the actual attachment and interest on a coin that will drive him to bid as much as he can on a coin, preferably just above what a dealer would be willing to pay for it. Of course, there's always the potential of a coin slipping under the radar and selling for a price under its normal value, or a bidding war between two people happening, leading to an overly expensive coin. But if we look at averages across multiple auctions, it's easy to get a pretty reliable picture of a coin's true average value. We're going to type in the search box our keywords. So in our case, Faustina II, denarius, Ric 696. And in the date filter, we're going to restrict the search for the last 2 years or so. This way we get a more realistic view of current prices. If you're looking for a particularly rare coin, you might need to expand on that date range, but for common coins like this one, 2 years is enough. Alright, here we have our results. All instances of this denarius of Faustina sold at auction in the last 2 years. Right out of the bat, you will see that AC Search doesn't give you the hammer price the coin sold for. This is of course a premium feature. I'll teach you how to get the prices for free, but if you don't want to go through the hassle of the next steps I'm going to show, the fee they charge is, frankly, it's worth it. And this website does an amazing job for the numismatic community, so they 100% deserve your support. To find out the price this coin sold for, we just need to search on Google for the auction house name. So, for example, here we have this Solidus Numismatic and the name of the auction. So in this case, Auction 105. We Google that, and 99% of the time, the first result you will get is some sort of auction platform website with the results of that exact auction. Go there and just search, just type the lot number. In this case, lot 487, which gives us the hammer price of 68 euros. Now, keep in mind that every auction has different terms and conditions. They all charge a percentage over the hammer price, called a buyer's premium, which is an extra that the auction house charges for its services. This percentage can vary. Some charge as low as 12, 13%, others go absolutely nuts at like 25%. To simplify my search, I generally just calculate a 20% over the hammer price. Now we just get to work. We go through this list looking at coins in a grade that is somewhat equivalent to the coin we're trying to determine the value of. We check out the hammer prices, and soon we should start seeing a certain trend forming for how much these coins recently sold for. To illustrate that, let's make an experiment. I've picked a sample of 10 Faustina denarii from coins in similar grades to mine, all the way to some very pretty, extremely fine examples, just to see how much these better coins typically go for, in the case of these exceptional specimens. Let's see the results. Okay, here's a little chart of the prices I found. It goes from the lowest value of 50, then 60, then it goes to a small cluster. We have 68, a couple went for 70 euros, one for 80, two outliers at 100 euros, and then a couple of really expensive 140 and 150 euro coins. If you look at 20, 30 coins, of course you will get an even clearer picture of the price trends. But for the sake of illustrating my point, I think even with this very small sample size, we can extract some conclusions from it. The first is that for a coin in very fine grade, not perfect, but still a very pretty piece, a range between 65, 70, 80 euros might be where the market currently is. There were some outliers at 50 and some went for 100, but at least now we have a range of what to expect. At least now if someone tries to sell us a coin such as this one for 300 euros or so, we're not completely in the dark for how much these coins are worth. You go like 300 euros? Go for a walk, I'm not gonna get this coin. By the way, how much did I pay for my Faustina Denarius? It hammered in November 2021 for 70 euros, so right at the price range we got from our research. That's good, it seems like I didn't overpay for my coin. And we can also see that extremely fine examples are definitely more expensive, as it is expected, between 140 and 150 euros. Analyzing a bigger pool of these coins could give us a more accurate result, yes, but from this search we can at least grasp the concept that an EF example is more expensive, but it isn't that much more expensive. Unless, of course, we're talking about something of absolutely exceptional beauty, but that would be a unique case. Now we know once again that if we come across a very pretty coin and someone tries to sell you a Faustina Denarius in a fancy NGC slab graded MS 5 out of 5 stars, stars, whatever, for $800, $900 or whatever, you better be aware that this is not the price of the coin. You're buying the plastic, and a fraction of that value is the actual value of the coin, so don't fall for that. And don't get me wrong here, you should definitely consider buying from retail dealers as well. You don't have to go through the auction experience, the anticipation, a certain level of anxiety that comes with desiring a coin only to have someone with deeper pockets snatch it from you at the day of the auction. If you live, let's say, in the US, retail dealers also know how to deal with customs when importing coins from overseas. There's definitely a space for the retail dealer at the market, and they deserve the extra they charge for their services. The two main advantages you will get from this technique are, first and foremost, of being a well-informed consumer. It breaks my heart to see beginners being burned by unscrupulous dealers who rely on the fact that some people don't know how much an ancient coin is worth, and they just charge outrageous markups on the prices, waiting for a sucker to bite, and unfortunately many people do buy these overpriced coins. The second positive point is that by having a feel for the average price of a coin, you're much less likely to get dragged into a bidding war when you are in an auction. Unless you're looking for some sort of mega rarity where price isn't really important, or for some reason you really want a particular coin, you now know how much a coin that you want costs on average. You have a reference point to base your bidding on, and this will definitely save you some money in the long run. And there it goes. Now you have another tool to your disposal as a coin collector. Let's make the comment section in this video a place for discussing other ways of researching coin prices. Let us know down below how you do your research for coin prices. We would all benefit from any tips. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave a like and consider subscribing if you did. Happy collecting, and I'll see you soon.